35192. Want to send a text. AlanCoxShow.com to watch. Thanks to Shunk Capelli for helping out today. By the way, the Week in Cox is Sunday morning. Poundcake and Bill are your hosts for 2 hours of the best stuff from the week. 8 to 10 every Sunday morning. If you want to get up early and listen. If you don't, it's available as its own podcast, too. So, on the slight chance that 8 a.m. on a Sunday, you're not kicking around. I don't know that it's supposed to be some amazing weather this weekend either, so you'd be forgiven for sleeping in. Oh, good. Snow Saturday and Sunday.
Woo-hoo!
Well, listen, very, very pleased to see that.
Little Sunday 24. Ugh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway. But that is a Sunday morning. Next week on the show, I will have tickets for you to see Kid Rock. Kid Rock fan. He's touring with Foreigner. And it'll get him to Blossom in August the 5th. Also, last podcast on the left, which you can hear on the iHeartRadio app. And they're doing a live taping end of April at MGM Northfield Park. And I'll have copies of WWE 2K22 for you to win. If you play on Xbox One or PS4 5, whatever you play it on. Have you watched the Halo show at all? You care about that?
No, I only played one of the Halo games. I was not like a Halo
I was
guy.
way into Halo, like OG Halo. I didn't follow them all the way
Xbox,
through, yeah. I watched the first episode of the show over on Paramount Plus. It's too early to tell, but I'm interested enough in it. I remember enough of that game where I figured it might be kind of cool. But there's a lot of stuff starting.
I've been watched a couple episodes of Our Flag Means Death, which is very funny. And then I did like all the cake stuff, and then there's another show.
All the cake stuff.
You're
watching the After Party?
I haven't watched that one yet.
Yeah, we just
maybe
finished
I'll
that.
watch that this weekend.
After
I'm gonna have
Party's
good. I had a busy week last weekend. I got a busy weekend next weekend and the weekend after. I don't know if I told you, but next Friday I'm going to be in Menor at the Stadium Grill doing a show there. About half the tickets are sold. There's only about 30 or so left. So if you want to get those while you still can, I would. You can go to BillSquire.com to get those. And then I'm going to be out in Pittsburgh on April 8th. And that's at the Arcade Comedy Theater. Also, tickets available at BillSquire.com.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
So that's why this weekend, TV weekend.
Just kicking back, watching some tube, man.
Yup.
Yeah, that's all right.
Cleaning and organizing, too. I got a new rack for shoes.
Oh, yeah? A shoe rack?
Another one. It's time to add another shoe rack to the collection.
So it's an addition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm just running out of space, so need some organizing help. So I got to put that together and organize my studio this weekend, which is this kind of stuff that I'm so happy when I do it, but man, do I put it off for the longest time.
Why is that?
Because I don't know where to begin.
What do you need to do?
Just break down shoe boxes and organize some sound equipment. I got a lot of clutter in there that I just need to either throw out or, once I get going, it'll be quick. But it's just a bunch of junk that either needs to be stored somewhere or just thrown away.
Yeah.
And I just let it build up for too long. But it's not anything sentimental. It's just like, I'll get to that when I get to it. And now I'm like, let's get to it. Let's do a little spring clean and organize, set up an area in the studio since it's going to be a long time before we're at the studios downtown. I want to be able to have guests on my podcast, and I need a space for them to sit.
Right. Not on the floor.
Not on the floor.
Crisscross applesauce.
Not sitting on a pile of shoe boxes. I'll have to get a real chair.
Guys, have a seat right here. Don't worry, those towels were just freshly laundered. So I had a little stack of towels there.
Man, I did my laundry yesterday and slept in clean sheets last night.
Yeah.
Which I do I think I'm on a 2-week rotation with clean sheets, but it is the best. That clean sheet sleep is the best.
What's that rotation for you, Poundcake?
I wash my sheets probably like once a month. Yeah.
Once a month?
Probably once a month.
Huh. Probably. So it stands to reason it might even be longer than that if it didn't occur to you.
Yeah. I only have like two things of sheets, so like when I rip those off.
Did you know you can buy more?
No, I can't.
Why not?
Because I have two. That's what God gave me, and that's what I'm gonna have.
What do you mean God gave you sheets?
God invented sheets so I can have two.
Wow, that's what God gave me. I came home one day. It was like opening the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. Yeah, God gave me sheets.
No, I have two. So when I take those off, wash them, and then I rip out the other ones. And then
You're talking about fitted sheets.
yeah, and when my feet get a little sweaty during the night, I can tell. I'm like, ooh, these are still wet from last night. So then I go wash them, and then
After a month.
no, not
After a month.
It just depends. If in the winter my feet don't get as sweaty, in the summer my feet get real sweaty. So then I gotta wash more than a month.
Sure. And in the summertime, it's probably more likely that you're having people over to mess up those sheets.
Yeah, I guess I never really wash. I know that's probably like a bad habit, but like out of all the things I've done, I don't wash my sheets that often. It really doesn't ever really occur to me. As long as it's clean, there's like no stains on it. If it looks clean and smells clean, I can deal with it.
But I mean, you have a washer and dryer in your house.
Yes.
Like Bill's got to go down 9 floors. He's got to do. It's in his building, obviously, but he's got to do a little bit of work.
It's not even like it's an inconvenience to wash them. It's not an inconvenience.
That's my point.
I know.
So convenient.
I don't think about it. Like it never really occurred to me because I don't think I'm that dirty, and I just don't. If I don't see any stains, if I like spill something on my sheets, that's one thing. I'm like, oh, I gotta wash these. But like if they don't look dirty,
What would you conceivably spill on your sheets?
oh please, I eat in my bed all the time.
You do?
Yeah.
You eat in your bed?
I hate that.
Jesus. Eat in your
hate
bed?
You don't eat in your bed?
What are you, an animal?
Like I'm just some
No.
animal that just eats in their bed?
I mean,
Eat
not
in your
food.
bed.
Oh God, I have like full Chinese trays. Like,
Oh, gross.
You are disgusting.
why?
For a guy who washes his sheets once a month, why don't you go, if they smell clean and look clean, I don't have to wash them. And then I'm eating Chinese
And
food
then
in the
Chinese
bed?
food, and then like I'll have like a Mountain Dew, and I'm like, oh crap, I spilled a little bit, and I'm just like, is that on my?
And why are you so
Do you have
shaky
a
that you
couch?
can't? Yeah, seriously, you can't hold a Mountain Dew straight to drink it?
No, sometimes like if I'm sipping on it and so a little
And
bit
he's
drips.
laying down, aren't you?
Oh, God, you are.
Are you doing the thing where you're like laying down and you're like kind of like leaning up to take a sip?
Probably.
I'm not gonna sit all the way up.
Why don't you use a straw then?
I didn't think of it.
You know, the concept of straws didn't occur to me when I was. If only there was a way to get the fluid from that container's mouth to my mouth. There's only like a tube contraption that I could.
But like, I can figure this out, I'll be a millionaire.
A millionaire, I tell ya.
When I was
Be the new Rube Goldberg.
laying in my bed and eating the gummy worms,
Yeah.
I was eating my bed
I'm laying down.
and doing the podcast.
But that's gummy worms. That I
there's
could
still some
kind of see.
powder. You just got to go.
But powder. Are they sour gummy worms?
Of course. Well, I don't eat just regular gummy worms.
Okay, I don't know. Okay.
So you got the powder all over, so you're brushing it off of you, then it gets on your sheets.
And it's
then
like
you gotta
grains
go,
of sand
That's
that
what I'm
you're
saying.
coming back from the beach.
You gotta go. and
Bro,
you're like-
I don't. We don't eat in our bed, and I wash the sheets every week. Wow.
Yeah, I would do it every week if I didn't have to go all the way down.
Yeah, you're traipsing all over. I get that.
And
And you're probably using a card you got to put money
yeah,
on?
that's annoying.
Oh.
I hate it.
Yeah, like once a month, maybe.
Wow.
If this brown hypothesis thing takes off that I'm going to be a part owner of, then I'll just send it out to a service.
Yeah, right? When you
kinda
really
like-
hit with, yeah. God.
I know you like to think your sheets don't stink, but if you don't wash them, they really, really smell like poop, poop, poo, yeah.
Something to think about. Holy cow.
Yeah, no. That's something that I imagine if I knew someone was coming over, I would definitely do it. But
Well, yeah, anybody would do that.
it's just me.
Oh, yeah. That's why I got to have people coming over more often so you stay motivated. Get some visitors in there.
And by the way, the fact that you have 2 pair of sheets means that you could wash them all the time.
Yeah.
Because there's always another one on your bed.
As I said, it's not an inconvenience. It's just
You're lazy.
I just don't think of it. I just was like, I sniff. They smell okay. Are there any stains?
But you're also a guy who has skin issues.
Uh-huh.
I would think that you skishoes. I would think that you would want to ameliorate those as best you can, right? Like you would want to be like, I'm gonna wash them in draft. I'm gonna eat whatever.
Yeah.
Instead of your crunchy ass sheets.
They're not crunchy.
I can't get comfortable.
You act like I have like some
He's like his
bed liner on it or something.
No, his sheets are like soft tortillas that you forgot to pack back up. You leave them out on the counter.
Smells okay.
Yeah. Smells like a warm tortilla.
Smells like chicken chow mein. That's what I wanted to smell like.
Chicken chow mein. Oh, God.
And beef and broccoli sheets over here.
Oh. Eat in your bed.
Everyone eats in their bed.
I do not.
Oh,
Gwen and I
God.
do not eat in our bed.
You're so superior. What a
We have
superior
other
life force you
places
are.
to eat.
Fine.
I have a table. I have a couch. Occasionally, I'll eat in my office if I'm working on something in my studio. If I'm working on something and I just like that space. But not in bed.
Oh, God. What you people just get on my nerves.
Bed is a holy place.
To throw
to
down.
sleep and to F. That's what beds are for, all right?
Well, I'm about
It is
to
a
F up some lo mein noodles. That's what I'm about to do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like maybe once in a while, like a piece of candy or something, I'll eat in bed. But like, it's not.
Well, yeah, nothing
I'm not
crummy.
I'm not eating a meal. I've got trays of Chinese food sitting across my bed. Like
He's like Kramer
Let's
eating the
do it.
Kenny Rogers
Yeah.
chicken in bed. He's wiping his mouth with the comforter.
If I'm really in a show, like, I will have
Because you
stuff
wipe your mouth with the comforter.
No,
don't
I
you?
do not. No, Chinese places come with plenty of napkins. No, and I have a bunch of napkins on my bedside for food and very other reasons. So I have a stack of napkins. So no.
Okay, at least he's got a system.
Oh my God, you people just. Ugh.
Us, yeah, we're the weird ones. You're
Everyone
right.
eats in their bed. You guys
No,
are.
you're
Yes, they
talking
do.
to two people who don't.
Well, you guys are the weird ones.
fine.
Well, we're cleaner. Hell of a lot cleaner.
I'm fine with being a weird one if I'm one of the people that doesn't eat.
Wakes up, he's got one of them crispy Chinese noodles wedged between his cheeks. What is this? Oh, damn.
He crunches a fortune cookie. He's like,
Yeah.
wake up.
I had a white tab of paper coming out of my crack. Alan, I've eaten chili in my bed. I was drunk, but it was very tasty. Alan, God didn't even give Jesus sheets. He had his little 8-pound ass sleeping in a goddamn barn. That's right. That's true.
Poundcake took the whole thing where, do you remember there was a dumb thing years ago where it was whatever your Chinese, like your fortune was from the fortune cookie was, you'd say that and you'd say then in bed. And Poundcake took it to a whole new level where he's like, no, I'll just eat it in bed. So what's a fortune?
In bed. Oh, yeah.
Fortune cookie. Fortune. There you go. Fortune cookie generator. So you'd say something like, a short stranger will soon enter your life with blessings to share. In bed.
Yeah. All right.
And Poundcake doesn't even have to say it because he's already in bed.
Alan, I fall asleep all the time with a dip in. So my wife gets mad. Oh, God.
That's even worse.
What are you swallowing the juice? You fall asleep with a dip.
Why would you do that?
It's got to be one of those pouches, right? You're not putting raw chew in there.
Sometimes they do.
Little pinch between the cheek and gums. I'm Walt Harris.
I never understood that. Dip. You get a high from.
Yeah, it's
get a
like
little-
nicotine right into your,
Yeah, you
in
get
your
a little buzz
membranes.
from it, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't your gums suffer because of that?
Yeah,
Yes.
you get cancer.
Yeah.
Oh
You're-
my God.
These people think they're
Look it up
sidestepping
right
by
now.
not smoking. You get these
Yeah.
raisin tumors in your gums. Yeah.
Take a look at it.
Gross.
I don't want to.
Please.
No.
I want your reaction for this.
One of my
show.
favorite stories. I've told it here before, but I love this story. My station in Chicago, one of the other guys at the station used to spit his dip juice into a Pepsi can. And somebody else didn't realize, somebody else was drinking a Pepsi. And just like brain farted or something and thought that it was his Pepsi.
Oh, man. That's...
And it was our coworker's dip can. Oh. And he reaches over mid-conversation, like he's just in the studio talking to a couple people, and just tips back and takes a swig from the Pepsi can, Wrong Pepsi can. Wasn't his.
Oh,
It was the
that's so
dip
nasty.
spit can. But I just remember in high school, all the dudes, because we wore jackets and ties. It was Catholic school. And I remember in high school, all the hill rods and, or these, I mean, they weren't hill rods. They were all rich kids. But I mean, I guess they were trying to be cool or whatever, and they put a dip in. But they would have those little metal pineapple juice cans, like you use it behind the bar, and they'd have them on the inside pocket of their jacket. And they were constantly like trying to quietly like spit into I'm like, yeah, that looks like a lot of fun. Whatever you're high you're getting from that. It must be a real blast.
I remember there was like a trend, I was probably in 7th grade, where kids would just do the slapping thing with their fingers like they're packing their dip. And so like every kid in school would just walk around doing that.
Yeah.
And teachers like, why are you guys doing that?
Right. Alan, eating in bed is gross. My ex-boyfriend used to eat Pringles and Pop-Tarts
Oh, no.
and also whack off into a sock.
Ugh.
It was a den of iniquity.
That's what your bedroom is, Poundcake.
Yeah.
Everyone does gross things. If the grossest thing I do is eating
Yeah, but
in
not
bed,
I mean, the gross things you're supposed to do in bed have nothing to do with eating by yourself.
Sometimes I eat with other people in my bed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when but not food.
Well, I don't know. That's why I always thought it was weird. I'm like, oh, you guys get like it's romantic to have breakfast in bed. I'm like, yeah, I have all my meals in bed. Like, why is that romantic? I didn't know that was a luxury. But yeah, I eat my meals in bed.
No, that's not a luxury. How is it a luxury to eat your meals in bed?
Like breakfast in bed is something you do nice for someone else.
When you
but
have a
don't-
tray
yeah.
and like a little vase with a rose coming
have
out of
everything
it.
and
spread
somebody
out.
else
I'm
does
like-
it for you.
Yeah.
Like a little bit here.
Of luxury.
Nobody makes breakfast and then goes like, all right, now let's go eat this in bed. And like, you know what? Even better than breakfast in bed, let's do dinner in bed.
That's right.
Do you have like a couch and a TV?
Let me
that
take
you can-
this plate of corned beef hash up to where I sleep and then eat it.
Whatever, you guys are ridiculous.
What's your living room look like?
It's big.
But does it have a TV and a couch and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a dining room table?
Yeah.
Why don't you eat there?
Sometimes I do, but I prefer my bed.
You'd rather go upstairs holding a plate.
I'm in an apartment.
Do you have a TV in your bedroom, or do
Yes.
you watch on your computer?
No, I have a TV in my bedroom.
Okay. You're sitting there watching for the 9th time R. Kelly.
If you bring it up one more time, I haven't watched Surviving R. Kelly in like a couple weeks.
We're not talking.
couple weeks.
You have watched it multiple times, though. That's the point.
Watched it like lot.
Have you watched
The
it
point
this
is
month?
more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you watched it in March?
Yes.
Well, it is International Women's Month.
Yeah.
He's just celebrating. That's how he celebrates.
Can't wait to see this Deshaun Watson documentary.
You know it's coming. You know it's coming. And the NFL covered it up.
Alan, I was hooking up with a girl, went back to her place, put my hands behind the pillows on her bed, and I found a burrito.
A burrito? No way.
I wonder if it was still in the foil. Oh,
No
God.
way.
Oh, that's where that went.
She takes a bite of it.
God.
Man, I remember to this day, one of the nastiest things my friend did was I was sleeping over at his house, and we were probably 9 or 10 at the time, and he found a candy bar. Like, we wake up in the morning, and he's like, I think this is a candy bar. I'm like, that could be poop, man. And he's like, nah, I think it's a candy bar. It had no wrapper on it, and he just takes a bite, and he's like, it's a candy bar. I'm like, still, not the coolest thing I've ever seen you do.
Oh,
just taking a
God.
bite of a candy bar that was in the bed, unwrapped.
Like Bill Murray in Caddyshack.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That might be poop. Well, you never want to hear anybody say that.
Right. He took a chance and he won.
Yeah. Alan, you don't get any kind of buzz from dip. I'm a longtime dipper. Yeah, you do. You're just immune to it. Very first time you did it because you got a buzz. You got like 3 times more nicotine than cigarettes. That's why you do it. Not because it looks cool, because it doesn't. Walk around looking like you got punched in the mouth. All right, listen. I'm going to break. We're going to get to the Bill Squire Friday Get Down in the next segment. A little bit early today because we're done at 6. So we'll get the weekend started a little bit early with that. It's brought to you by Cleveland Whiskey. If you want to text for anything in the break, 35192, and we'll be back.